We've got a lot of details on this thanks to Alana Goodman of the Washington Free Beacon, who has been covering this, who broke the story. She joins us today. Alana, thanks so much. You may have answered the question, what's the Biden Institute? What have you learned?
Well, I think the biggest concern on this story is the millions of dollars that have been pouring in foreign money to Penn, to University of Delaware, and whether that has any connection to the Biden think tanks that are on these campuses. And, you know, we looked at Department of Education records. We found that the University of Delaware took in $6.5 million from China. They took in $23 million from Saudi Arabia. Penn took in over $100 million in foreign donations, including $60 million from China. And this was just after, like, in the years since these think tanks had been founded. And so the question is, you know, is there any connection there? Did any of this foreign money go to these think tanks? Did any officials who worked at these think tanks meet with foreign donors at all? Because we know that foreign governments often use donations to universities in order to buy influence. And when you have a think tank tied to the president's name on a campus, then that could potentially be a recipe for disaster when you have such an opaque funding situation.
I mean, I'm no education snob. I went to Trinity, okay? So I'm not beating up on the University of Delaware, but is the University of Delaware very famous in Oman, Turkey, Saudi, and China? I mean, why would they be giving money to the University of Delaware, honestly?
It's a very interesting question, and you know, a lot of these universities do take in money, but this is a large amount, particularly Penn. And I have to say, you know, as somebody who covered the Clinton Foundation, this situation, the setup that Biden has, is kind of like a sketchier version of the Clinton Foundation, if that's possible. Yeah. You know, at least the Clinton Foundation had disclosed a list of its donors. At least the Clinton Foundation had to put forward some financial disclosure records because they were required to as a nonprofit. There are no similar requirements for the setup that Biden has with these think tanks at the universities, and they're not voluntarily disclosing this information either. So it's definitely an issue, especially when you have these think tanks who had employed senior administration officials, senior members of his cabinet, and currently his sister as well at University of Delaware.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more corrupt than higher education. It makes mafia-run paving companies look clean, of course, as we know. And we appreciate your reporting on it. Alana Goodman of the Washington Free Beacon, thank you.
Thank you.